New tonight, a judge in New York dismissed charges against Amy Cooper, the white woman who falsely accused a black bird watcher of harassment last year in Central Park. I mean, this video went viral. You have likely seen it. Prosecutors say they agreed to drop the charges after Cooper completed a counseling program designed to show her how her actions harmed others. Last May, Cooper called 911 during that dispute with the bird watcher, Christian Cooper, they are not related, who had confronted her about her dog being off leash. And joining us tonight on NewsNation is Christian Cooper. Christian, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you taking a few moments to join us here on NewsNation tonight.
Sure. And a shout out to all the people in the South who have been hit by the storm. Hope they're doing okay.
I appreciate you saying that. There are millions of Americans tonight who are struggling. I know your focus is on moving forward, and I want to get to some of the efforts that you have underway in Washington, D.C. in just a moment. But first of all, your reaction to the news today that Amy Cooper will not be charged in this case.
I don't really have a reaction to that. I'm not focused on her. I'm really looking forward. It was the DA's case to make. I left it to the DA to make it and handle it as the DA saw fit, and they've brought that to completion. And like I said, for a long time now, I've been focused on what we can do to move racial justice and racial equality forward and really start to root out the underlying bias that incident highlighted. And that at least was one good thing to come out of that incident, was that it opened a lot of people's eyes.
And is it over now? Because the attorney for Amy Cooper today did say, or at least allude to the fact that they thought the investigation was inadequate and there may be legal consequences coming. Are you concerned that this case cannot be put to rest?
I honestly haven't given it a lot of thought. As far as I know, the DA has completed their efforts. But again, that's on the DA. And, and up to Amy Cooper's lawyers. I don't really have any insight on that, I'm afraid.
Have you spoken to her since all of this happened?
No.
Do you plan to?
It's not really up to me. I don't feel any compulsion to speak with her. I would be open to it if I felt it advanced racial understanding, racial equality, moving the issues forward that I think we as a nation have to move forward on. But you'd have to really make a strong case about that for me. I'm not interested in a hug it out, feel good moment or a Jerry Springer hair pulling moment. I don't think either of those would benefit either her or me. So, her people and she have not reached out to me. So it's kind of moot, I think.
I hear what you're saying. If there were an opportunity to speak not just to Amy Cooper, because she's gone through some counseling, but to others out there, how do we move forward and learn from that incident that we all witnessed on camera with you a year ago?
I think it starts with awareness, taking a moment to just think before we act, and being aware of the possible racial dimensions of what we're feeling, thinking. We really have to think that through before we act on maybe some bad impulses that we're not even aware of. And I think we've got to start tackling some of the injustices that we still have. And that's one reason why I am so focused right now on one of those injustices, which is bringing statehood to Washington, D.C., an overwhelmingly Black and brown population that has not had representation for decades. And that's inconceivable. If you were outraged by what you saw happen in Central Park, you should be triply outraged by what's been going on in Washington, D.C. for decades, where the people of that city have no representation in Congress at all. That's not a democracy.
And Christian, I did read your opinion piece in the Washington Post. 45% of D.C.'s population is Black, still the city's single largest racial group. So what are you doing right now? What is your message to Congress and others out there in this effort?
My message to Congress is get this done. It has waited too long. It doesn't take a constitutional amendment. You have the votes, 51 votes to get this passed. There's no reason why this can't be passed today. And my message to people out there is contact your senators. Let them know that it's wrong for Americans who pay federal taxes, the same as you and me, to not have representation in Congress. I mean, we fought a revolution over no taxation without representation. Well, the people in DC have been without representation for decades. It's time to fix that. And that's something I think all of us Americans can celebrate. Black, white, Latino, Asian, we can all come behind bringing more democracy to more Americans. We didn't even have to go overseas to do it. It's just cleaning up our own backyard.
Well, Christian Cooper, we appreciate your time tonight. I appreciate your passion on this issue and also for speaking about that incident a year ago that so many of us witnessed, but certainly had the biggest impact on you. So I thank you again tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Rob.